Okay, we should always question what we see and what we're told, especially as things start winding down. Um, and I have a video coming concerning what's going on spiritually speaking. I haven't seen anybody speak on yet. So I'll get to that another day. This is one I really want to get on right now because I want to get on it right now. But what this has to do with, just like I said, some things I've been thinking about as far as what we're told and lies where they force us to believe no matter how much we question. Look at this image. And then y'all see above it the letters INRI. Now, when during the Renaissance, when they created using Caesar Borgia as the Messiah, they started putting these letters above, as far as the paintings and the statues, mainly because they felt, according to their mythology, they were saying that it was easier to just put those four letters because of the numerous amount of paintings and statues they were making. And anybody that saw it would easily recognize that as meaning Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. Or King of the Jews, Jesus of Nazareth, whichever. But that's not true. It is not an acronym. Here's how. First of all, it was written in three languages, one of them being Latin, Greek, and Hebrew, of course. Now, and I've even heard throughout the years since I can remember, which is at least 12. They would say, well, there's a fourth language also, but no one really knows. And then beginning in the early turn of this century, they were saying, well, it was Aramaic, and that had to do with that movie, Passion of the Christ. Passion of the False Christ, I should say. But anyway, well, the thing is that during the Renaissance, the average European neither owned a copy of Scripture, as printed materials was expensive, and because the majority were illiterate, there would have been no benefit to them in the first place for those letters, because they wouldn't have understood them. Now, reading was usually reserved for the well-to-do, those who were either merchants, and I don't mean these penny little merchants. I mean the ones that actually funded the ships coming here. Okay? Not the head crowns. And everybody say, oh, King James. First of all, they didn't have that kind of money themselves to fund it. These were by private merchants, sort of like a stock market sort of thing, just like they're doing now. Get with the program, people, or rather get out of the program. But it was for the well-to-do, and the teachers were usually second, third, and so forth, sons of wealthy landowners or merchants who usually did not inherit anything, especially land, and they would usually have to find a way of supporting themselves. So they would either become private tutors, or they would work at the educators at their limited boarding schools that were available. And of course, if you couldn't afford it, which the majority of people could not afford it, it was of no benefit to you. Okay? Now, if phrase was supposed to mean what they claim it means, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, then why not just simply put the three phrases that were originally there. And see, a lot of people tend to dismiss Latin, forgetting that, hello, Latin is the language of the Vatican. It is. Okay? And whether you realize it or not, the majority of English comes from Latin. Actually, the majority of the European languages come from Latin. Sorry. Not just what you assume as far as Italian, Spanish, French. I'm sorry, people. You speak Latin, you just don't realize it. Think about the word thesaurus. It just simply means treasure in Latin. It's a straight Latin word. You can't, with doctors, lawyers, and you especially need it for legal purposes. This is how they get over on us, because they are speaking in the form of Latin or in the pattern of Latin, but people don't understand it. Get books, start studying for yourself. Okay, especially as they're changing things quickly. Now, just keep in mind that some of the letters, like J, did not exist, so it would have taken on an E sound, or depending on if it was connected with a vowel, then it would pick up that vowel sound or take on a Y sound, make it more like U, and then the V would have sounded more like W. Okay, there was no U. Alright, concerning this particular word, INRI, or INRI, and actually INRI is a word. Believe it or not, it means without success. But that's not what I'm really talking about right now. I'm saying that this is not an acronym, but it's not necessarily a word, even though it means without success, but two words put together. Okay? So, also, what do we know about the people that painted these images? First of all, they're Edomites, and they lie. All right? Scripture tells us in Psalms 58:3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. All right? They don't even realize that they're pawns in what the Most High is doing to them. You know, they're thinking like Charlie Sheen, witty, when they're not. That's what's kind of funny. Alright, now let's get on to INRI. And now, first of all, let's go over. And now this is Matthew 27:37. I was actually going to do more scriptures, but I'm not. In English, this says, and set up over his head his accusation written, this is Jesus, the King of the Jews. Or et imposuerunt super caput ius causam ipsius scriptum et hic et Jesus rec Judaeorum. And on John 19:19, which is where they claim INRI comes from, and again, that is not true. And it basically states, and Pilate wrote the title and put it on a cross, and the writing of Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews, which in Latin is scripsit autem et titulum Pilatus et posuit super crucem erat autem scriptum Jesus Nazarenus Rex Judaeorum. Now, we also have to keep in mind that what I'm about to head into, this particular scripture also supports that. In Luke 23:35, and the people stood beholding, and the rulers also with him, deriding him, saying, he saved others, let him save himself, if he be Christ, the chosen of God. The word I want to point out here is derided. Now, derided comes from other words. All words have origins. Okay, that will bring us back to this right here. Now, in Latin, if we're breaking this down into two words, in means with or to include. All right? And redeo, which is where is it? Which is in the first declension, singular, active voice, present voice, present tense. And it means ridicule. So, other words that would also go with redeo is ridiculous, deride, to make fun of, which means to make fun of, to jeer or mock. All right? Now, first of all, you got this false image that, first of all, they're not even supposed to have these images, and they're false. All the images that you see of angels that they have painted, things like that, are all false image. First of all, not one single angel. First of all, no angels are mentioned that are feminine in nature. Number one. Number two, none of them, of the angels mentioned in scripture, are white with stringy blonde hair. Go and read your scripture and you'll see I'm right. Okay? But anyway, keeping on. What they are doing is they are constantly mocking us every time this image is used. Every time we, either our people paint it or they paint this image. Okay? Because this was done during one of their pagan holidays. Okay, the ritual of the trading him for Barabbas. You know, all he did was he ran his mouth against Rome. That is not a sentence of death. Okay? All right? That is not something that would normally cause you to be killed. But there was an agenda here, and it was for our benefit. Okay? But I'm just basically just saying, let's rethink what we are being told. Now, it stands to reason that he was mocked, because it was a mockery. You killed a mock king. Because you couldn't get to the king to kill him. So you kill something close. You kill someone who gets to be king for the day. All right? So really what they're telling us every time they have that image up, they're really saying in rideo, which means with ridicule. Every time you see that false image of Yahushua, they're telling you that they're ridiculing this image and you.